access it. Then the question becomes, where is my server? If my server's down the hall in the office, and the same event, the same fire, the same hurricane, whatever, has impacted the whole office, or simply the power's off, a piece of equipment's fine, but the power's off, servers don't just go plug in at home and suddenly everything works okay. All right, there's a lot of stuff that's involved in making them talk to the world and you know, the networking piece of it. And so you just can't move them around necessarily without a little bit of tech support and configuration help to make that happen. So where is your email? And that's some of the questions you need to ask as you think about, all right, what's the best way to keep that communication flowing if we aren't in the office anymore, if we can't run the office. Now, one of the new ways to, all right, here we go. Microsoft Exchange, again, very popular platform. It is able to be what we call hosted in a data center. And that is where you put the email server in a data center, and then everybody connects over the internet to download their mail. And really, in the office, the day-to-day operations, you won't know the difference. You won't know the difference. Why is this a great thing? Well, if you do a hosted Exchange service, you no longer have to deal with hardware and software licensing. That's usually part of the service. You know, it's part of the monthly fee for the service. You get all the hardware and software included. So you get rid of that, you know, server you have to take care of in your office. The backups are taken care of for you by the service provider. And it's there still when you're not in the office or the office isn't available. So with Exchange, you get a universal, we call it a universal mailbox. It looks the same whether I have Outlook on my work computer, whether it's Outlook on my home computer, whether I use the web Outlook or the webmail interface to look at my mailbox, whether I do it on my phone. All the messages are syncing. And so I delete one here, it won't show up here. And vice versa. And if I get mail and I've read it, but it's still there, I can go over here and it'll still be there. And so you're able to have that universal picture of your mailbox, which means that when you end up at mom's house or in the hotel or wherever, you can still get all your historical mail. It's not just enough to get the new mail, right? Because you need the thing you got yesterday. You need the one that was filed a month ago or 2 months ago to be able to follow up on. So it's not just enough to have the new mail. And this type of a service is available. For those of you who may have heard of Google Apps, Google is doing their best to start to take on Microsoft in lots of ways. It's going to be interesting to watch how that all plays out. But Google is offering a hosted mail service as well as part of their Google Apps. And it has a lot of these same advantages as far as being hosted out of the office. It's not quite as robust. It's probably 90% of what Exchange offers, I think. Maybe 80, depending on who you talk to. But it's certainly a very viable option to consider as a business mail solution that's now out of the office.
Can I ask?
Sure, sure.
If Google has access on their servers, will my information be on their server or my clients?
Your mail is sitting on that mail server, yes, and they have a lot of information on privacy policies and their contracts and the protection and everything else.
So you still own all this?
Yes, you still own all the data. It's your data. You get a little piece of their server. Basically, you're renting a little piece of their larger infrastructure. So you remove the need to manage infrastructure. You know, I heard an analogy once, and this is something that I wouldn't realize, but it used to be, back in the day, when electricity was new, everybody had their own little electric plants. And they were all had like different kinds of plugs and everything else, and they didn't interoperate. And you couldn't go from, you know, a device that worked in this town with their electric plant wouldn't necessarily plug in over here. But electricity was mission critical. We've got to have, we have to have control of the electricity. You know, obviously that's not how we do it anymore. We all outsource electricity production, right? Nobody does that in the back part of the office. You might have a backup generator or something, but for the most part, we outsource electricity production, don't we? It's become standardized, and the devices all interoperate no matter where we go, except in Europe, where we expect to be able to plug things in. All right, there's email and infrastructure issues in the computing world are at that crossroads right now, where that is becoming the next migration. Where you will start to take these applications, be it your email, be it your other things, move them off to service providers in large data centers who specialize in operating those things, and then you are able to no longer have to manage the infrastructure pieces in your office and simplify that and start to be able to access it from everywhere. and be able to have that simplicity of access and use, and remove the complexity of managing the net. We're not quite there yet. We're in a transition phase right now. And anybody heard the cloud computing buzzword floating around? That's really the heart of what they're getting at, this whole cloud computing concept.